good afternoon, good morning, and good afternoon. What y'all doing over there? Hey, oh, it is afternoon. Well, some places it's still morning right now. And yes, the shelf is still in this. Hey, how you doing, sir? Ooh, you know this is a trick. You gotta move these muscles or they will get stiff. You hear me? I've been having to go walking because goodness gracious. Hello, Krista. Hey, sister. Hola, hola. Hey, hello, everybody. You said enjoying my last days of freedom before school starts, girl. Ugh. At least you be getting the summer off. I be having to work all seasons, sister. I gotta teach in all seasons. No, I'm just playing. Listen. Good morning, everybody. Danny, everybody I miss. Hey, you be annoyed in your classroom. I know. So the devil be at leave him at the door in the hallway. We don't need none of that in here. Hey, you said I think of you and then you get on live. Well, I would have been on live earlier, but again, one of y'all nieces or cousins called me just about every single like I've been up. I got up at 3:32, which I'm very excited about. I haven't done that in a while. You said you're on year round teaching schedule. Is is on the year round teaching schedule. Is listen. But right before I come in here, like I can come in here, set up, get the everything ready, get ready to hit live, and somebody will call, somebody will text, are you busy? It never fails. So a lot of times I be wanting to get on, and then they'll just be talking and talking and talking and talking. Where are we at right now? Good morning, D. Listen, so I be trying because I've been up. I got up. I studied till about 5, from about 3:30, maybe till about 5:30. I think I don't know. And then I got a little sleepy, so I laid back down till about 7 or 8. I think it was like 8 when I got up. And so then I had to study. And if folks don't call me, I don't call nobody. I wait, and then normally as soon as I get done studying, he'll have somebody call as soon as I get done. So there be that. So I be trying to get on here earlier, but that ain't that ain't a real thing. But it's not a real thing. I be having to get on here after some other classes. Good morning, everybody. So, who was a little blown away yesterday at what we learned? Of course, this is a piece and puzzle thing for us. And when I tell you our daddy like to answer questions real fast, it's a question or just a thought we had. Well, I shared with y'all yesterday, and I shared it other times. And yeah, so he answered today on the 16th of July. Y'all want to know something else? It was in this next 7 days that I asked God to do a miracle in my daughter's life. And she shared her infertility and all of that, the whole journey she went through and was getting ready to go on. And I told y'all, God keep telling me she's going to have a baby without in vitro. Y'all remember this? So I was thumbing through my journal this morning, and it was 7:21. 7:21 when I asked God to do something very big in her life. And that's what I was talking about, a baby. And in this very month, a year later, she will be giving birth. She wanted to be a boy mom. God gave her a boy. Almost 365 days. She do any day. She could go anytime. She's already dilating and everything. Do you hear me? Yeah. I'm thankful to all of y'all that prayed with us. God answered. He answered. And it didn't take him long. Because when I went, after I got back from Texas and I went home, y'all remember that whole October, November, I was moving around. He is faithful, Michelle. And I walked in her house and they both looked like I didn't caught them doing a grown up. But everybody had their clothes on. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? This your house, girl. Why is you looking like you scared? And her boyfriend was sitting there like that. I said, why y'all looking like that? They said we was just talking about you right now, and then he said you coming up the stairs. I was at her sister house, and something said you need to walk across the parking lot and go over there. And I said, well, right now. Then I told my daughter, I said, yeah, I'm gonna go on. I don't know what's going on. I'm about to go over here and see what's going on with your sister. They hadn't even known for 4 minutes. They had not even known for 4 minutes. I said, why y'all look like y'all did? What y'all here doing? And then she said, Mom, favor ain't fair. You hear me? Her boyfriend looks scared and he a big tall something. You hear me? I said you need a hug. He was like, baby, that boy hugged me so tight I could hardly breathe. And he tall too. I told y'all about the big people, big tall people always want to hug me and lean on me. Hey, I'm strong, but not that strong. I said, okay. All right, y'all sit down over there. He was hugging me for dear life. I said, well, this what we prayed for, not you. You didn't know, but you know, we gonna have a baby. It's definitely not the reaction I got when I told my mom I was pregnant. But yeah, she looked scared. She said we was literally just talking about you, and then he said you was coming up the stairs. Yeah, because God wanted me to know. He wanted me to know what y'all was hiding over here. Liz, praying aunties, come on. Listen, so he could still do it. It doesn't matter. He likes the challenge. And now that little boy, Piglet, is on his way. He got his mama swole too. hmm I think she did. She about to pop for real. Anyway, you said, listen. Yeah, so thank you. I wanted that to be a testimony to those of you that prayed and to those of you that might be facing what the doctors might have said or your situation period that might seem impossible. Not with God, it ain't. And I think reading, okay, I'm gonna ask y'all, because for me, reading these stories that we've read, hello, in the last couple of days, it's like they've supercharged my faith. Do you feel like that? Really just breaking into the skin of God really can't do anything. And if we believe whatever we speak, because it's not that the Bible doesn't tell you that you can't, it tells you that you can, but to go and read what we've been reading and studying, good morning, sister, what we've been, it kind of amplifies your faith. Like, wait a minute, this nigga poured some fresh water and some salt water and brought up a piece of land. Okay? Or we know that spirits cause people to unalive their children, but to see that every single space that whoever it is that we've read about, God would give a decree. And Satan ear hustles so bad. And he's so envious that before they, and it's not like it's a changed thing because he did it with Adam. God will give them something, give them a word. He come to snatch it. He give them figs. He come to snatch it. He give them a place. He try to set it on fire. Like, just to see that his tactics from the first people until now have not changed at all. Because just reading what we've been reading, he was where they was at. And then once they conquered whatever was right there, He, before they could even get to the next space, he was already working on a scheme to detour or to tear down whatever it is that God needed them to do. And he would move from person to person and place to place, trying to stop what God was trying to do in people. And it's just, it's like, dang. It's mind blowing how much he hates us. But it's also even more mind blowing how much God loves us, as to why he warns us before things happen, as to why he puts an inkling in our mind to go left instead of right, and all of these different things, because he does sit high and look low. Which means just like we can look on a Google map and bring it out, pull it close, they stole that from our dad. It ain't no place, no angle, no dark or light that he can't see. So as Lucifer is, don't forget, he can't just see into our minds, he can see into demons' minds as well. Remember, he created them. There is no thoughts that get by him. We probably be just thinking humans, but whole time it's the angels too. You said, I was just reading Jasher chapter 23 to my grandmother, and she had to break out in tongues when I read that part about Abraham them was in some water up to their necks, and it was all deception from Satan. Come on, baby. He can transform himself into whatever he wants. Come on, Grandma. Think about how many people have drowned, and they say, but there was no current that day. The water was calm, and then all of a sudden, it was turbulent. There was no clouds in the sky. There was no nothing. It's like they just got pulled under. Because we don't understand that the angels are made out of the elements, and because they really don't teach that. Okay? But you know who do teach it? The Asians and other cultures that say, oh, you can manipulate water. Now, is it magic? Yes. But some of it ain't. Some of it is, you can speak to the water and it'll move. You can speak to the rock and it'll move over. Because some people have that much faith. You can speak to a dead body that just passed away, and you can call the spirit back to the body. Think about that. And I think they hid some of the most amazing stories that would have pushed people to believe, and they wouldn't. It's almost like they left out everything. Well, they gave us just enough, but enough to keep us destitute. Right? So you give them a little water, but they're always thirsting for more water because you just give them a little bit, not enough to satisfy their thirst. And if you look at the KJV, and a lot of it's like, dang, what if we would have had this information? You know? Because, again, God just keeps putting pieces together. Who remembers yesterday, and then other times I've heard me talk about this, I'm like, where the other 72 books at? Who's heard me say that? Where the other 72 books? Or 60 books, 55, or however many. Where they at? Y'all done heard me say that? Y'all want to see something that I saw this morning when I was up? I said, come again? Say what? Wait a minute. So if you have the New Testament Apocrypha, book 1, This one, I forgot. We ain't on TikTok. I can show it over here. Do you have this book or the download to it? If you have access to this book, I need you to grab it. If you're at work or driving or whatever, you know, that's fine. You can come back when you can or go download it when you can. But if you do, I need you to grab this or go to the website at We Live and open it up. Okay. And yes, that is a Powerball ticket from 2 years ago in there. It is. Okay. When you get time, go to page 394. And go to 36, chapter 36. So page 394, chapter 36, and read that, and then tell me what you see. You said everything is a bookmark, and it is, girl. Toilet paper, hair ties, whatever I can find at the moment. And I got beautiful, beautiful bookmarks that y'all have sent me, but I don't be wanting to mess them up because I'm real rough on stuff. So they're decoration. They are decoration, honey. Stuff I can break, I gotta put it up. Like this one. I gotta just leave it in there because I'll be and snatch the book and whatever. So, and then this one right here, I sent there. Y'all sent me that one. It's a couple of them up there too. I just put some up. I just put some up so I don't mess them up. And I got this. Like, we got some pretty cool stuff here. I don't know if I showed y'all these or not. I don't know. Some of y'all got some of these. We got some metal ones. Y'all seen these? Right? These say CERCA TROVA. I know Alicia made some of these. Okay. And then Tanisha made these. I think some of y'all got some of these. And this one, dream more, complain less, listen more, talk less, love more, argue less, hope more, fear less, relax more, worry less, believe more, doubt less, play more, work less. And then just a whole bunch of different ones. This is pretty cool. It's like whatever. The ones ain't Auntie sent from when we was over in the ancient places. And then we got our Egyptian ones that we got. It's some other ones in here, a magnifying one, and there's some more. I know they put it up there and in different books so they don't get messed up. We got some pretty cool stuff around here. Yeah. Anyway, did y'all read it? Did you see it? To those of you that have it, Clement, the disciple of Peter. Interesting. Right. Right. But did you see what it said there, Nisi Poo? Did you see what it said there? It says, now Clement was the disciple of Peter, and he disputed with Simon and overcame him. This is the part right here. He translated the letter of the Hebrews from Hebrew to Greek, and he wrote the tales of the 12 apostles and of the 72. The 72 who? So the 72 do have their own books. We just don't have access to the other, exactly. The 60, excuse me. They do have books. So then I'm like, wait a minute, because we got Clement in this book. First and second Clement is in here. But it ain't going into detail. It's telling us how to live, okay, but where their names at? Where their stories? Where's the rest of it? I saw that book today. I literally saw The Power of the 72 today. I literally, when I was looking it up, okay, you said, wasn't there a website that had the other 72 books? I think we talked about that in here. I don't know. I know that there was a book that said it was supposed to be the something, and I saw the Power of 72 today. Okay? I don't know. But I won't. I don't care if I gotta read them more long. Where is they books at? Hello. Where they books? Where the rest of Clement at? I read some other on New Advent Fathers. There's some more on there. I read that today. But I'm like, why y'all didn't put the other? I mean, okay. Thank you. Because Auntie Shaw want to read it. You hear me? You don't think that's crazy? All you got to do is dig a little bit. And people will say, don't read this. But clearly, okay, he was a disciple and he wrote down the things that was going on around. Hey, not one of these stories has knocked out what we have been reading. Whether the details are to the T or not, again, this was oral history for a long time, okay? But you all can see, okay, that we go read in this book and it mentions this book. We go read in this book and it mentions this person. We go read in this book and it mentions... So if these people were not existing at the same time, or at least getting the same literature, how are they all mentioned in the same stories? In the Nag Hammadi, in this book, in that book, in this book. And then a lot of them are mentioned in the Bible. It makes no sense to think that these were not at some point in time all together. What did they have in the library in Jerusalem and different places? What literature was the priest at that time reading? Because there was literature to be read. We know that because even from Seth, there were things being written down. The angel came and showed them. So how was they reading about you? You see what I'm saying? Had to be something. And then they was in Egypt. And remember, Joseph was there. And he wrote down different things. Y'all don't think he wrote down the history of the Hebrews and he married an Egyptian woman and his children grew up in that space? You don't think that they wanted him to know, he wanted them to know about their Hebrew side as well as their Egyptian side? They all, in officials, they write down everything about their life. So somewhere in Egyptian literature, there's the story of Joseph and how he came to be there. And maybe some stuff that we didn't get because we're not just looking at it from the Hebrew side of the Bible. Because they lived there. And there's recorded how many people was there at this time and how many people were there at that time. They have recordings as well. It's in the hieroglyphics. We looked at it. About the famine, remember? It's in one of these books back here. The people was thick and juicy, and then right under that, they was all sitting on the ground and their bones, and the cows was skinny. Remember? And it's literally chiseled into the bricks over there. It ain't no telling how many mysteries we are missing. Because we didn't read this Simon Cephas in another book. I can't remember which one. And I read some stuff today and I'm like, oh, that's juicy. I like it. So I figure we'll go back over some of it. Not all of it, because I know that we read this somewhere else in somebody else's story in the Acts of Peter or something. We read some of it. But some of this, I don't remember it being in there. And so we're going to read it today if y'all want to. Okay, yeah. So we did read some of this in the Acts of Philip, the Acts of Peter, the Acts of somebody. I don't know which one it was, but I don't think it went into detail the way that it does in this one, or maybe it did, and I just don't remember. But I thought you all would be interested to see what I saw. So there's that. Good morning. You said you showed us, and it said it was like 7 years later, showing how thin the people were. Yep. Yep, it's in one of them books back there that I'm not picking up today, but we know it's back there because it's recorded somewhere. It's recorded somewhere. So, do you believe that God can do anything? Anything. Do you really believe He can do anything? I mean, anything. Okay, you do. There's nothing He can't do. Yes. Yes, anything. Okay. So when we read some of these stories that seem a little outlandish, doesn't it make sense that it's outlandish if God has been telling people since the beginning of time, I can do anything, and the devil has been trying to prove that he can't? So when we run into stories about talking dogs and talking birds and fish swallowing up whole men and spitting them out, and then Peter being dead for 24 hours or something, and then somebody pouring some fresh water into some salt water and it making the ground come up, but we will watch the avatar or the airbender move earth and water and dirt and fire, right? And we think, oh, somebody can do that. But we don't think that God would allow us to do those things. Anime's full of, if you get in the right thought of mind and the right practice, there's nothing that you won't be able to control, right? Where do you think they stole that from? All things are possible through Him. Come on. I mean, think about it. Moses making the Red Sea stand up. Well, we know God did it, but he had to have faith that what was in his hand was already going to work. Is that not anime? The Avatar, the last Airbender, wasn't he able to sit there and start doing something, and then he could control the water, and he could make the dirt come, and he could use the air to fly, right? And we've seen people in India right now that have some type of ability that allows them to hover. Right now, they can do it. They're not sitting on nothing. There's no string under them, and they'll sit there. What's giving them that power in 20 and 26? Because they can still do it. To think in real life, again, that a person that does not have the Holy Ghost can pick up this stick, and it even has carvings kind of like snake stuff on it, can pick up this thing and say, turn into a snake and throw it down, and it literally becomes a snake. And this person is not working with the power of God. Then what are we missing in this world? If you believe that, Okay? If you believe that the devil can, I mean, do you believe it or not? So then what is God able to do? And why is our faith not so strong that we can say to something that is a stick, if the devil's people can do it, why can't we? And we are endued or endowed with the Holy Ghost, or whatever you want to call it. We are filled. If witches and warlocks can put cancer on people, we should be able to heal it. If witches and warlocks can make people lose their mind, we should be able to help, just like Andrew and them did, and call their mom back. No? There was plenty of demoniacs that were mentioned in the Bible. And they came back to their right mind when they came in contact with somebody that was in contact with Jesus for real. Who put them in the chains? People. Could have been the religious people, because most times when a person is possessed, first thing they do is take them to church. Then they start going to the doctors. So if witches and warlocks can cause mass death and all kinds of stuff, why are we not able to undo it, and we got the power of God? If you believe that Moses tapped the rock and water came out in the middle of the desert, I mean, God, he said he knew what we was up against, and we wasn't fighting against flesh and blood. So why would he only give us things that work on flesh and blood? Somebody got to have a spiritual eye to see. Just like what we read when Andrew got there and Phil, and whole time they thought they was looking at a person, and it was one of the 200 fallen angels. Wasn't even a person at all. Who gonna be bold enough to see? You said this is what I've been saying. I always ask, so if we truly believe God, why is so many people sick and dying in church? And why ain't nobody healing each other? Everyone always say God say all gifts. Folks getting healed over here, Keith, so I don't know. I just had to tell my mama this. It ain't even been 2 weeks that I told my mama this very thing. The woman that gave birth to me. I said, do you know how many people's sight has been healed? Bodies have been healed. I said, Mama, people was healed of brain tumors, all kinds of stuff. People can walk, like babies has been healed, and like mental illness. I said, all of that is happening in WOIU in real life. Somebody's baby, I don't remember who, and I don't want to be insensitive, or brother or somebody was on hospice, and then he was okay after we prayed. It's not like we going in a group, and you said me and my kids' eyes have gotten better since being here. Come on. Like, it's been so many people, lives have changed, okay, in one way or another, whatever it is. God has healed things here, and he still is. And that's why I told my mom, I said, I can't commit to all of that. Because God, you said big facts, cancer survivor. Come on, sis. Tell them. Look it. And that's classy lady. She be here. You hear me? Come on, sis. Cancer survivor. Honey. Oh, okay. And we did meet. we did. We did meet. She is the whole bowl of joy. You hear me? Listen, God is still moving over here. But all those rules that the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they were in the way. You said, yes, no mental meds, 3.5 years, and a seizure overcomer. Oh, okay. You heard that? No mental meds in 3.5 years and a seizure overcomer. They be saying you can't overcome seizures. Some kids can grow out of them. Okay. What? So the healing power of God is still moving. I mean, I just told y'all testimony about my daughter's womb today. The doctors tried to tell her, like, wait, she was barren. God said, nah, it's just a bigger miracle to do it with one tube and one egg sac. And then his little tail goes and lays on the whatever that is still there like a pillow. Petty. She said instead of him going to the opposite side where he got more room, he goes and lays over there on it like it's a pillow. God letting him know, hey, okay. You said what? Not you laying on it like fluffing it, like, oh, what's this? Oh, okay. That was the thing that said your mama wasn't supposed to be able to have you. And you using it as a footstool, as a bounce pad when he was first in there. Huh? What? She said, Mama, I don't understand. I said, well, no matter what, okay, God still did what he said he was going to do. You just had to believe it. Stomping all over it and everything. Girl. About to take his mama at the game, girl. That listen. Do you hear me? Like, He said, I love it here because our faith here is real over here. I believe God can do all things. I mean, all things. And people think I'm crazy for that. I say, you crazy. You're unbelievable. I said, you're crazy. You're unbelievable, unbelieving it. That part. Right. How can you not believe? God is good, Jamila. He is. He is. Sorry, y'all. I'm grateful. Like I said, reading some of this stuff I've been reading today, I'm like, man. It also makes me think that I always got a witch living upstairs or downstairs or next to me. Makes sense why they always, even if they're not there when I live there, they move in while I'm here. It's always a witch or a warlock around me somewhere. Pretty much everywhere I've ever lived. And they, a lot of times, not every time, will introduce themselves to me. Makes me think about what we've been reading, that every place that God took the disciples or anybody that he was going to use, Lucifer was there waiting when he got there. Or she got there. Trying to instill doubt, discouragement, fear. But the miracle didn't come until the people got there and overcame Satan. The problem had to be there so that people could see that God could overcome him, that he could defeat him no matter what city, because in every city that Paul and went to, it was a problem there. When Abraham and them was going places, problems. When the Israelites was traveling, problems. But what do we get to see that God did? He solved every last one of them. I was thumbing through one of these books yesterday, and it was saying, because somebody, Oh, because of the blood of Zachariah was spilled, it was like 80,000 priests or something like that that got killed. What? Which makes sense because if there was an angel around, they could fly around and do it. I don't know how true it is. It was in there. But 80,000 people for one person? If that don't make you think that God will fight for you, I don't know what will. 80. Listen. Look. You said, I'm grateful. You said, these almost 5 years has been amazing. You said, I know it was good. So many testimonies. Listen, it's a thing of, okay. Can we put it into a scenario that would be relevant to where we're going? Do you believe that God can stop a bullet? Like, if these people try to shoot at us here, which we know they will be doing soon, do you believe that God can jam the gun if you say, Jesus, help me? Do you believe that the people that will be hunting us can be looking directly at us and God will hide us? You said my 2-year-old is starting to talk to people and kept speaking autism over him. I said, nah, I don't believe that God is too good and he will speak when God is ready for him, and late night prayer works. Come on. Come on. Anoint that baby mouth and just start saying words and having him repeat after you. And remember, one of your cousins said get some of that red clay dirt or the what's the name powder, the what is it? Y'all know I forget it every time. It's the brown stuff, and it's a detox clay, and you bathe them in it. You believe all of that? Come on. Bentonite, thank you. I was in the middle of a shootout, and I seen the bullets fly past me. I saw the fire, and just kept tapping myself all over, and I was not here. Come on, she not me. Come on. Come on. Come on. I mean, because think about it. What does it mean to be protected in the valley of the shadow of death? What does that mean? What does it mean? You said I'm living proof. Come on. You said, did any trouble comes your way, he will not let it touch you. Come on. My right hand to God. I believe, girl. Ah, baby, listen. You talk birds of a feather, girl. Birds of a feather. I'm telling you, I understand. Nigga had knives to her neck and everything. I already know what it is. I done told y'all my stories. Which is crazy because you said, girl, be blabbing, and I'll be like, amen, this is what I asked for in full toddler mode. And yes, I use the clay in our homemade toothpaste too. Okay. Even in death, you're protected. Come on. Come on. Come on. You said to be in his plain sight like he did Elizabeth and John in the mountain. That hide in plain sight. Come on. Girl, I already know you telling the truth. I'm telling you, birds of a feather. Without putting my business out there, honey, listen. It's crazy because I had the thought last night and yesterday, I've been hunted my whole life. And that's not a joke. You hear me? It's not a joke. I told y'all that. It's a real thing in real life. And he always seems to put me with the people that like to unalive people. Right. I'm trying to tell you, I know. That's why when people be like, do you want, no, I don't want to go back to my old life at all. There's nothing over there but death and destruction and sadness and disappointment. I don't want that. Do I go through certain things over here? Yeah, but I don't want that. It looked fun, but it was miserable. It was only fun for the moment. I don't know if that was y'all experience out in the world. It was cool to kick it, but it was always some mess. It was always some regret somewhere. Whether it be I done spent too much money, I done hung out with the wrong folks. It was always some regret. I shouldn't have went out because then my kids was crying. It was just, I was like, yeah, no, this ain't. This is how I look at it. God allowed me to experience it. So if I run into people that lived it, one, they don't feel like they by themselves, and two, if there's somebody that's living it, I'm living proof, like you said, that you can get out of it. You said it was very miserable. I don't want no parts of my old life, right? Like the think about it. It was fun to go to the club, but you had to worry about if a fight was gonna break out, if somebody was gonna follow you home, if somebody was gonna be on some weird stuff. You don't know if somebody gonna put something in your drink. Like it was danger lurking everywhere. You said, hey family, good afternoon, here at work listening. Hey pumpkin. You hear me? It ain't like it wasn't dangerous over there. And the devil will try to make you forget the danger you was putting yourself in when you was out in that other life. You said, I feel like God has hidden me in plain sight, and people from my past didn't even know until they talk to me now. Listen. And I told y'all when I first got over here, I kept saying, I feel invisible. Yeah, he needed you to be, nigga, because you don't know the devil is hunting you. That's why you invisible, because the devil he trying to find you. Hello? It say he go roaming to and fro. You said, as a teen, I witnessed my great-grandmother's murder, and God allowed me, just hurt my toe, to get out of the house that I was barricaded in with the other man coming after me. You said the other person who was with you, after you and the other person that was with you. Listen, I believe it, y'all. Listen, that's why, if for nothing else, you thank God that you're still here to do it another day. When I got up this morning, I was just telling him, thank you. Because I don't have to be here. I don't have to have my right mind. I don't have to have the activity of my limbs. I don't. And the way I was running at different times in my life, I shouldn't. But his grace and his mercy, man, listen. You said, thank you, Dean, for telling me about frankincense. It really helped my son. Really? That quick? No way. High five. Look at God. Come on. Really? Oh, that makes me happy. Interesting. See? No way. He be just answering prayers. Just right? Just right and left. Just right and left. Tell nephew and CT love him. It's like my dear TT said she love you. You see? Look at God. That's crazy. I mean, it's amazing. He just be doing stuff every day. Every day he be doing stuff. You said my cousin woke up from her coma. She did? Didn't we just talk about snatching folks back from... Y'all heard that? Isabel's cousin woke up from her coma. Oh, okay. The one that, oh, okay, that the community and whoever else was praying for did. Did you hear that? Did you hear it? Did we just talk about? We just talked about this. God is still in the healing business. Come, man, listen. And you want to go over there and search that? We're going over there. Man. Come on, God. Look at that. Baby, listen. The same things that was happening in the biblical days back then, we see it every day over here. Medical miracles being answered. Come on. Yeah. You said, yes, I thank every day for what I do have and what I don't have. All money ain't good money. You said I had to pick a side. And I picked Jesus over. Uh-oh, for sure, for sure. That part. Do you hear me? Listen. I don't want no parts of it. No craziness, I don't. No thank you. I'll pass. You hear me? No. And now y'all see, maybe a couple of years ago when you first got over here, because again, was it difficult to change? It's probably been, for some of you, one of the hardest things that you've ever had to do, denying yourself and being your own God and doing what you want to do instead of going to God and asking Him first, which way do you want me to go? That's the hardest thing in the world, is to give up control of your own life to a being that you can't see physically. It's hard to trust beings you can see. Huh? So getting up in the morning or at night or whatever time you get up and saying, God, what do you want me to do today? Who do you want me to talk to? What do you want me to say? Took me a long while. Baby, I kept falling. I'm gonna do what you say for a little bit, then I'm gonna go back over there, because this don't seem to be working out. He said you didn't let the plan work itself out. Soon as it looked like it ain't gonna be comfortable for you no more, now you ready to go do something else. Oh, God. I was like, well, you ain't got to say it like that. It's just a little tight over here. He said, right. Right. You need to be tied down. You're wild. Won't sit down, won't do nothing now. Am I going to use that later on in the flick? Yes. Because I need you to not be scared to go into new cities and new towns and new groups and new neighborhoods. Okay? My mama used to call me a wanderer. Well, what you think they called the disciples? They wasn't scared to go into a new city where they didn't know nobody. They wasn't scared to go back to a place that had trouble for them the last time they was there. They didn't just go to Rome and these places one or two times. They would go to Caesarea or Caesarea, however you say it, then be over here at Antioch, then go back to Antioch when they just got beat out of Antioch 2 weeks ago. They didn't say, they beat us last time, so we not going back over there. If God said, all right, now go back. First of all, you had to plant the seeds of who you was when you first got there. And then God has to allow you to change, so when you go back, they can see the difference. I used to have to go to my hometown, and everybody kept trying to, oh, we know you. You don't know nothing, because I'm not that person. But if that's the only view you want to see me through, yeah, you always going to see me looking like that, but you going to be the one looking crazy, because I'm grown. You said, heck, look at Phil. You said he was ready to go, and he was a kid. Come on. He was a kid. And I sure did used to cut out. Told y'all about 11-year-old. I had a bag. Look. I know my mama used to be like, oh my God. Baby, because let me tell you something. Wait till my mama went to work. And she worked 11 to 7. Baby, I go in there and fill whatever little bag up. And wait till my brother go to sleep. Wait till my older brother get home from work. I know he gonna be up for about an hour, but because my mama wasn't there, so I had to do everything. So I knew all the times and all of that. But baby, I wait till everybody snuggled in their beds real good. Write my little note. And take out walking. On the road again. I'm trying to, and it is nothing but the grace of God, y'all. They probably didn't even weigh 110 pounds when I was leaving my mama's house. Anybody could have snatched me up. I'm leaving at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, just walking. Going to my auntie house, going to my cousin's house in the middle of the night. And this is way before kids had cell phones. Okay? Pack my little bag and be gone. I don't know, my mom used to come home, get ready to get, where your sister at? She done ran away again. She done left again. What time did she leave? Nobody knows. And people want to hold us hostage to our past, and they want to look through those rose-tinted glasses at the old me when they need to clean their glasses and pull the logs out of their eyes so they can clearly see. Girl, what nothing but God. You said, listen, in real life. In real life. In real life. And that's why, listen, this is why, again, and not to put my mama business out there or whatever, or anybody that I talk to, but it's like, for me to see the Christians that brought me to Christ, okay, in the state that they are in the time that we are in, is scary. Because they really are asleep. Like, it's like they're drowsy. You hear me? And they're so stuck to their tradition that they can't even see what's happening right in front of their face. Okay? God has been bringing you the word and you just keep rejecting it. That's wild. The pieces are put together and you still don't want them. It makes you wonder, like, when the Bible talks about we're going to talk on the word, if you don't lose your consciousness when you die, and that is the only part of yourself that you keep, right? How much will you have to talk about to Jesus about what you learned about him while on earth? Or God, or his disciples, or all of the intricate things that he put here as mysteries to find. Like, eternity is a long time. So when you get to the 30th year and you don't got no new stories that you can remember about what you learned about the plants that he created, or the fish, and the air, and how he made molecules. He wants us to be interested in all of that stuff. Think about it. Because when you see it in heaven, if you still have your consciousness minus the negative things, you'll be able to identify, right, how different this world is from the last. Okay? If we're going to recognize people, we should recognize fruits and vegetables and all of these different things. If our conscience doesn't leave, and from what I understand and from what we've read, it don't. The same mind that you have when you die is going to be the same mind that you have when you wake up on the other side. which is probably why he's constantly telling us to forgive and let go of things, because you don't want to be stuck with that. I was thinking about this earlier this morning, which is really crazy. What does it mean to live without God on that side? It means only having negative thoughts, not one happy thought ever again. Not ever being to ever to live down what you did. So think about when you felt your guiltiest, and when you felt your most shameful. That magnified the daily renewing of the mind. Listen, come on, come on, come on. It's a real thing. No hope. No, nut. Like, just take away all of the, like, when you're crying, no comfort. When you're stressed, no relief. Like, it's not just fire. It's not just whips and being beat. It's like, could you imagine only being stuck with your negative emotions forever? At least sometimes when you crying or you upset, somebody can do something and it'll make you laugh. Even when you're sad or upset, it'll calm you down. But what if you never get rid of that anger? And it just amplifies and amplifies and amplifies and amplifies and never stop. Like, but there's nothing that you can do about it. You just have to feel it. Have you ever said, "Ooh, I don't want to be mad right now"? That won't even be an option. There will be no worship music to put on to make you feel better. If you're in despair, you're going to have to feel all of that simultaneously forever because you wouldn't let it go. That's scary. And being in a place where there were beings, or there are beings that are sent there to make you scared and make you like you won't let go of fear on this side. You don't never get to let it go on that. Like, the absence of God is more than just going to hell. Just to be stuck in the emotions that you hate feeling, guilt and shame, and oh man, I don't want to. God help me. Come on. That's a sobering reality. That if you don't change your mind on this side, you'll never be able to change it on that side. Hey sister, ain't that crazy? God keeps saying, let it go. Let it go. I know they did it. And after what we read the other day about you building your house in heaven or in hell, oh God, no. I do not want a condo where it's hot. No, thank you. I don't want a mansion that's on fire. Because what if you building a mansion over there too? It didn't say the houses was little. Think about how many scary movies we didn't watch where the person dies and goes to hell and they're running through a fiery mansion, and it just keeps repeating over and over. Every door they open is more fire. It's more scary stuff. It's more mm-mm. 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 I don't want it. No. Sometimes I hate being in my own mind now. I couldn't imagine no filter. You said, wow, like Sandman, right. Right. You realize that God's grace and mercy is the filter or the pulley that allows you. Okay, what's the thing if you work in the medical field and you got to lift the patients up with it? What is that called? What is that? Anybody in the medical field know what that is? It a gurney? That's not a gurney. A gurney is the thing they take them out on. What is it called? The lift thing. A Hoyer lift. Okay. A Hoyer. Okay. So have you ever lifted someone without a Hoyer? Okay. Is there a specific way you have to hold them if you don't have that? Okay. You said you've hurt your back. You just gonna take my next question, Isabel? She already said it, but I'm gonna ask y'all anyway. Did it hurt? Did you hurt yourself? You need two people. Interesting. Right now, our sins are in that Hoyer lift. We don't have to bear the weight because it's two. It's Jesus and you. Okay? You don't have to worry about getting hurt because he's there to catch you before you can fall. But when you get to the other side, if you are going to the place of torment, he will not bear that weight. There will be no filter so that you don't feel all of the weight of what it is that you did. We can barely bear the guilt and shame now of stuff we do. What about when he removes the filter? Right. You're going to bear the weight of all your sins because he took it for you on the cross. You didn't have to bear it, but you chose to continue going back and sinning and sinning and sinning and sinning. So you wanted the weight. You hurt yourself by not using the tools that God gave you. Mm-hmm. Huh? You want to bear the weight of that? Do you? Because right now he holding it. Right now he lifting it. Right now he throwing it the weight. He's evenly distributing it so that you don't feel. But on the other side, that's all you got. And it ain't no happy. You won't get to remember any happy memories because then that would be joy. And there's no joy on that side. There's no comfort on that side. You said it reminds me of that movie, either Robin Williams, What Dream May Come, in plain sight. What Dreams May Come? I haven't seen it, I don't think. You said, sister, I'm about to break out my gas mask because the smoke from the Canada fire is making it unbearable for us to breathe here. Wait a minute. When did Canada get on fire? Are you serious? It's coming across the water? They have over 160 wildfires going on right now. It's the same thing like 2 years ago. You know I'm 5 to 10 minutes away from Canada. North Bay been on fire all week. We have red air quality alerts. Yes, I live in Michigan. They're talking about shutting down my job because of the smoke. 2 days now is when we got alerted. The same thing. Interesting. Destruction on all sides, so when they get ready to pull up, it's nothing in their way. You said it looks foggy out and I'm 8 hours away from it. Smells terrible, burns eyes and nose. Glad we got gas and air filters. It smells like burning fire everywhere. At the beginning of the week, I was so grateful for being prepared with the air mask. So, Dad, yeah. So, look, we got 3 people or 4 in Michigan and 1 in Canada, and they're saying the same thing. The air quality is horrible. Yeah, you did tell us. And it's happening again. Right. No, they're actually going to have to use the stuff that you told them to buy. No, it's only 20 and 26, not 2030 like they said. Right. No, the 50s and 60s, yeah, they're back too. Right. Right. Yes, they're selling off the land exactly like we read about in the lost books. And yes, they're betraying each other, and the officials are unaliving each other. Yeah, it's all happening, every bit of it. Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Y'all want to know what's crazy? Who remembers what? I think we talked about this, but they bringing it up again. Y'all remember when I got my PS5 in 2023, and folks was laughing at me, and they was talking about, CERCA, just get the one with the other games, you can download them. I said no, because in a minute they about to stop y'all from being able to use them games, and I still want to be able to play my video game. Gamers, can you tell me what's happening right now? Anybody a gamer in here? Can you tell me what's happening with the video games? Tell me. The thing is, it doesn't smell like just smoke. It has plastic garbage smell to it. I believe it. You said it's full of smoke here in Chicago? Is y'all across the water from them too? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, got it. Right. Y'all are right there. Interesting. It comes right on down, and then that water's pushing it right down in there into Indiana, probably too, northern Indiana. Interesting. Mm-mm. They said they wasn't gonna sell games anymore. You have to download them. Everything is digital. Interesting. That's a lot of smoke in the ocean. I'm looking at it. Raise your hand. They're saying if you don't use the game in more than like 30 days or something, they can take it, and if you want it again, you're gonna have to pay for it. Or if they don't want the game on the system at all. You said you was outside and got a headache. Interesting. What my brother say when he seen all that smoke? What y'all family? To those of you, yeah. Mm-hmm. Even the streaming services. Yep. And that's why we got. There's a film on the surfaces of things where people live besides ash. That's why we got this kind of stuff right here. He said he shook his head and said, here we go. He said, and even if you pay for the game, they can take it because it's digital. Right. Yes, they took away the games off my son PS4. He can no longer play them. Was he warning us? In 20 and 23, he said, hey, they about to start taking these. I told y'all, I said, listen, I'm going to go and get this physical one. because I need to be able to pop this in here and it work. You said same with the books. They can change information within the book if it's digital. Yes. Yes. CDs and DVDs. Ain't this interesting? So we got the smoke up in the north. We got the middle and the south flooding at the same time that it's fire up in, and we just had a snowstorm up in what's the name last week or 2 weeks ago, and then it's drought in other places and the fishes in the rivers and stuff dying. I'm going to my library book sale next weekend to get more movies, books, and CDs. Come on, because in a minute, them listen. Excuse me, I need. Last night the sky was orange. You said sewer leaks in the ocean in the on the west coast. Interesting. Not to mention sewer leaks. You good. Dad, every single thing that you said is happening. And I had a dream about the sky was orange, but at the same time it was an eclipse. So everything you said is happening simultaneously. The food ain't no good. North and south and east and west is seeing destruction. There's people killing people. We got people trying to put us into slavery. They trying to force us to use AI. And they're breaking down the communications barrier, the communications. So we ain't gonna be able to tell each other what's happening. You in Massachusetts and the sky was red too. Hello, I'm CERCA TROVA with WOIU News. Today is January 16th, 2026, and we are going to speak with some people that have something to say about the things that are going on right now. I heard someone say it feels like you're living in a movie. Do you feel the same? Hubby said they slid that one in. They trying to put us into slavery. Do you all remember us talking about if they're going to do it to the immigrants they're practicing, they plan on doing it to everybody? We also talked about not talking crazy to the law because people are going to be getting shot down in the street and it ain't going to be nothing you can do about it, and it will be by the military or a military force. By 2027, all cars will be electric. We will not be able to go. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, okay. It gave me the vibes of the movie Total Recall. Okay. All I'm going to say is, I hope you journaling all of this so your book could be full for the next whatever's going to happen. We're living in a movie. And the script, we got extra access to it and whatever else. I'm grateful. It's scary. That's why I've been trying to color and stuff, because I know this world about to get even crazier and crazier by the moment. Okay, by the minute, by the millisecond. Time is winding up, and this is why I said it's blowing me that all of the people that are supposed to be teaching, get ready, get ready, get ready, is talking about we got time. They keep talking about Christ on his way back. What about we getting ready to go through tribulation? We are in tribulations. Get ready to lose your life for Christ. Nobody is saying that. They're saying get on the boat to get out of here. I've been begging y'all for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year to prepare your mind to die for Christ. Don't try to get out of it. Prepare your mind too. Hello? What I've been telling y'all this whole time. I'm preparing my mind to see devastation because God told us we was gonna be here. All the beings, y'all see they talking about they found the what's the name? Um the Bigfoot, which we already knew. We did a study on descendants when we first started this. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember when we was going through the different uh early peoples? Now they talking about the descendants now. Oh, okay. You said it's just like you said, I planted a garden and now I wonder about all my veggies outside with all the pollution in the air. So heavy and thick, you said it in all your classes. That's why God told us to get vegetables ready because he knew what they was about to do. This is why we've been getting our vegetables and stuff dehydrated and everything because he knew that everything that was going to be growing, they was going to put some stuff on it so it wouldn't be no good. Cheers. If the air quality is bad for the animals, it's going to be bad for the vegetables. What? The best way to kill people is to poison the food that them and they food eat. Hello. I'm in Michigan and the air quality is horrible. My stuff is you said your stuff is staying your way to okay. Your stuff is in my way to get it. Well, listen. But you got it with you. You said, I'm glad I have lots of stock. Thank you, God, for listen. I'm thanking God y'all listening. You said all the restaurants down here have pulled their lettuce because it's contaminated, even Taco Bell. Who remembers us saying it ain't in this bag? Y'all know I got some lettuce bottoms. I said, let them dry it on the counter. And then when it ain't no lettuce, just go on and put it in a little something on the counter so you can start growing them. Was y'all collecting y'all lettuce bottoms? Remember we was talking about going to get the romaine and all the different ones and letting that little bottom dry. And now they saying you can't eat no lettuce and no vegetables and stuff, Queen. Gosh, dog it. You said your stuff is in storage and you're on your way to get it. Got it. You said, I just thought about that last night. That's why Sissy said start your own garden and save your stuff. Girl, the Lord. He was telling us even before the world knew, honey, that the lettuce wasn't going to be no good. You said got something in the fridge now. Come on. So they done made the air quality crazy, which he told us they were going to do. We probably wouldn't be able to go outside because of the air quality. Hello. You said, and I was thinking about planting some lettuce because I got my seeds currently growing cucumbers, collards, and carrots. Please don't do that, NJ, girl. Cause that's what made me feel like. Sister, you cannot say I was not over here fighting for my life trying to tell people all of this stuff. On TikTok, you was here. They was calling me crazy. They called me a witch. They said I was a false prophet. They said, and every single day for over 1,900 classes, God has proved that he was trying to warn those that had an ear to hear. You said you was right, but just think about how they feel right now, sister. With the air quality, the floods, all of that. Folks was over here talking about, God is not using her. Y'all need to, okay. I don't care to be in the church. They're not listening. So he sent me out to the outside like he did the disciples. Because if you don't remember, the disciples were able to win over more souls outside of the church than they was inside of the church. They was able to, listen, you said they were focused too much on your crop top. And girl, you see we went to to TikTok and somebody came in there and I hadn't even been in there 10 minutes and somebody said it to me. And we had just talked about it. We hadn't even been in class 10 minutes. Somebody came in and said, oh, I see you're still wearing crop tops. And it is, nigga. And is. Girl, we wasn't even in class 10 minutes. And somebody, user, whatever, came in and typed just so calmly, I see you still wearing tank tops. And I said, and I'm still mentioning, ministering all the way around the world so that people in Africa and stuff is ready. Oh, you still a hater? Hello. Nigga, I'm going through menopause. Leave me alone. You said I'm grateful you got those of us who had an ear to hear listen together before because we ready. Come on. Girl, I ain't even been over here 9 months. My niece told me 9 months or whatever since we've been over there, 8 something. Nigga, leave me alone. These stretch marks been seen around the world, honey. I might have helped somebody feel more body positive. Leave me alone. You said he liked the sparrow. Listen. Crazy. But again, I just had a conversation with my mom. And she said, God wants us to look our best. I said, show me where it says it. He do not want us to look like church people. Actually. We wouldn't be able to get into all the places where the captives are if we look like church people. He did not come looking like the church people. He came looking like the regular people. Oh, okay. I'm just saying. You said stay in because of the orange coloring in the fires in Canada. We are being asked to wear masks to protect us from the air quality. Auntie Lisa? Taking it out. Y'all know what it is. And in a minute, look here. Remember these? See how he just rolling out everything? Who's been hearing about power shortages because of the heat and the stress on our structural system in America? The air over here by me is smoking too outside. Angie, where you at? Remember these? And this. Coming soon. You said it's been rolling brown out here off and on. You said I've been seeing people post in the Ring app. I'm so grateful the dad has been protecting our block in the suburbs of Illinois. Interesting. You said it's always been rolling. That's why he... Interesting. Rolling blackouts there. Is y'all ready? We about to be camping in a minute, nigga. Get your flick of the wrist ready. Hello. Don't throw away no more onion peels. Okay? If it's the last corner of something, find a bag, vacuum seal it, freeze it, dehydrate it, find another use for it. You said got out my cookware. Come on. Got my outdoor cook and do. I just found out Louisiana is getting African dust our way. And that's why we have this heat wave coming. Interesting. Okay? Y'all remember God telling us get uncomfortable? Remember? In the beginning of this, he told us to get uncomfortable because things were about to get uncomfortable. Don't just see what you want to see what it really is. And it's a lot of people that just wanted to believe that life was just going to keep on going on and they was about to ball out. And no, baby. You said at night mine's is cutting off. Twice I had to fix the time on the microwave. Yeah, that happened to me. I don't know what's going on. I thought I was tripping, but it has been storming here. But one night I didn't hear it storming and I woke up. Coffee pot wasn't on. The thing on the stove was blinking. My diffuser in my room was off. I'm like, what in the world is going on? The power must have went out while I was asleep because my box wasn't working either. You said there is this is where God took me when I said I wanted my hair. It looks nice. Peter 3:3, your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Come on. Come on. You said I just drove from Detroit to Pontiac and smoked all the way. It smells like a chemical was used and you used to work in chemical plants, and you was, I don't even know if you was in here today or somebody else just said the same thing. You said I was talking to my mail lady and we got on the subject of the apocalypse, preparing stuff. She says I don't say much because people think I'm crazy. I told her, no, I don't think you crazy. You better believe it. Uh-oh. I'm going to ask y'all the same question I've been asking y'all for years. What mental state do you think you would be in if you had none of the things that you had, if you hadn't taken your time to learn and understand what was going on, and you see all this stuff happening? Where do you think you would be mentally? Would you want to shut down and just be like, whatever, I'll deal with it when it comes? You said, yes, it smells not just smoke. That's why God told us to get our mask. Where would your mind be right now? Trying to think about, because again, I'm on social media and I've been seeing people saying you need to prepare, and exactly the exact, you said I would be in total despair, but God, come on. The exact words that we repeated here over and over and over and over and over is what I see on so many social media. You said in panic mode, frustrated, irritated, and ready to give up all over the place. You said I would feel like that now. What? Listen. So look, think about this, right? Did God tell us that people were going to be saying, I don't have the money to stock up when they needed to? Did he tell us that we was going to hear those exact words? That I don't have it's either too expensive or I don't have the money to stock up right now. Back in 22. And do you see it online when people be putting the videos on there and people be like, where are we supposed to get money to stock up? Well, you had it. And you had time too. Because God gave the world a shakeup, okay, when COVID happened. That was supposed to keep you on the mind of your cabinet should never get, and even if your fridge is empty, you should have something stocked for just in case. You need to learn how to make your own bread. He gave every single nationality of people the same lesson at the same time. It was a worldwide warning. You said, I'm so glad I listened. You said, running like a chicken all over the place, running like a chicken with his head cut off. I'm so glad I listened. So many are freaking out. Funny how people who didn't listen now calling me who said I was so paranoid. In Canada, they is. Did you hear that? Jamila said in Canada, the same people that called her crazy are now calling her and freaking out. But she's not. In Canada. Oh, okay. Listen. Mm-mm. Listen. You said true. I'm seeing everything you have said before. Now even more. Come on. A middle-aged white lady at Walmart checked me out. She said, I see what you're purchasing. A lot of people are not believing. She said, I've been stocking and preparing for 3 years. Girl, come on. It's some folks up. It's some of us out here. You say, yes, I will be in a state of disbelief and probably would dive into delusion of the world because it's overwhelmingly scary and I'd be in shock. You said they're telling us to stay in and don't go out. Open your windows and doors. And stay in. Interesting. Yes, you said because that's what sparked our conversation about feeding these kids. She said she feel like he let her because she has to ration her kids food. I'm gonna ask you one question. Was the money well spent? And y'all wasn't buying when stuff was 3 times the price. Oh yes, it was. Yes, indeed. Was the time that you put in prepping food, buying seeds, doing all of that, learning to grow, learning to make bread, learning to make butter, learning to make as much as you can out of one thing? Let me ask you a question. Was the time worth it? When people said you taking your time and, girl, I ain't about to be doing all that. I can go to the girl, I can go buy some bread, and now the bread don't even go bad. Oh, I saw a lady a couple of days ago. She said she went out of the country, bought some chicken breasts before she went out of the country, came home and cooked them, and they've been sitting on her cabinet, I think she said, for 3 months, baby. It ain't molded, ain't soured, ain't nothing. I said, not the chicken breast. So the chicken breast doing the same thing that the bread doing. It ain't even, yep, on TikTok, seen it. I said, whoa. You said sure is, and still doing it too. I haven't stopped. Nope, not me. You said I can't even find words of how grateful I am. The WOIU came in my life. Thank you, God, for letting us know beforehand. I'm grateful He told us. I'm still dehydrating, canning, and making bread and pizza dough and dry mixes. Come on, because that ain't nothing but flatbread, and they eat that in a lot of countries where they don't have electricity. Hello. Tortillas ain't nothing but flatbread, flautas, and all of these different. Come on. Naan. Okay, in places where they don't got the bread that they make in Ethiopia that goes around on a pan, then you roll it up. Hello, they teaching us something. You said right, the same information was given to all of us. Yeah, you said I went down a rabbit hole last week trying to find real chicken, girl, but I was crazy when I was telling people the meat. Oh man, trying to tell you, that's why I said, like, I'd rather listen to God and be crazy right now, but be okay at the end of it, right? Because I had so many. Y'all was looking for this lighter. Here it go, right here, and my whistle. I put it in this bag. We got waterproof lighters and fire starters and whistles and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, compasses and. You said my family still think I'm crazy. It's okay. Because in a minute, you about to think they crazy for thinking you're supposed to share all your stuff with them. Hello. You said write the same information. Yep. You said they tell me all the time that I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. Isn't it amazing how blind people can be when the truth is right in front of their face? That's not weird to y'all. It's been in every movie. So even if you don't believe in the Bible, God let people that don't read the Bible go to the movies. or you're so negative. Oh yeah, yeah. You're always thinking about bad things that are gonna happen, and you're not gonna be ready when they do, because you won't think about it at all. You're gonna be the person in the middle of the street hollering and screaming. Because baby, these floods is flooding and everything else is too. People saying they lost everything. They, which is why God told us to put most of our survival stuff in plastic tubs and try to waterproof them. Right? Not if you can put take it out the box and put it in the tubs and all of these different things to try to seal things, seal our clothes. Right? So think about all the people that are in the areas that are flooded. If they have vacuum sealed most of their clothes or a couple different outfits, right? Everything that they have wouldn't be, as long as it didn't get bumped up against nothing. If it was in the top of the closet and the water only came so high, they could open them bags up and have fresh clothes on while they in there cleaning up. You see what I'm saying? The people down in Texas and wherever them places that it flooded, they could have clean clothes, clean blankets, clean pillows. God told us to keep emergency clothes, okay? Not only our bag, but to go up some sizes, okay? And put that stuff in vacuum sealed bags. So that way, just in case something happened or whatever else it is, you got some extra stuff. And then all of these floods started happening. And most time the floods are going up to, I don't know, up to 5 feet. So if you got clothes and the water didn't get that high, right, up in the cabinet, stacked in some of these, when you do go back in there, everybody got something to put on. I seen a bag of organic seedless lemons. I said if it's organic, shouldn't have seeds. I left it right in the store. Yep, it's a no for me. Then we talked about the reason they doing seedless is because they don't want nobody to be able to grow no food. And if you look at where we're going now, the water is about to be put on the stock market. We know they're going to put some type of food stamp, something thing, the universal food system on there too. You said I sure did. Contain it in totes. Yep, you said that's what I did. I ordered them bags and Tupperware. You said and everything is in it for just in case. Yep, and it's time to refresh my vacuum seal bags. My kids is growing fast. Come on. You said yes. I feel like they've been doing that with the potatoes as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And what's the main thing we was doing at first? Potatoes, onions, garlic. I did so many. I got that. That's mainly what I got is potatoes. That was my every time. Remember, I was getting 3 and 5 pound bags a week. Doing at least one 3 to 5 pound bag or 10 pound bag, depending on how my finances was, a week for a minute. Making it in the mash. Remember, we was doing a sweet potato, instant sweet potatoes, all of that. The vegetables I know I eat. I ain't learned how to do no asparagus or nothing like that, but I know I probably have to can that, I guess. But yeah. You said keep your old clothes and shoes, kids' clothes. You can trade clothing too, right? You said right now on my counter I have avocado seeds, cucumber seeds, green onion bottoms, apple seeds drying out and not throwing anything away, right? Because if anything, we can eat the microgreens from most of it. If we can't grow the actual, whatever, how they say put the carrot tops in there and grow the carrot greens and you can eat that in the salad and it's nutritious. So even if we don't have the actual fruit or vegetable, there's other stuff that grows out of the tops and bottoms that we can eat. That's why I said from now on, don't throw none of your green onions away, your what they call leeks and all of those different things, because you can grow stuff out of that bottom that you can eat. Your garlic bottoms and stuff like that. You can eat those garlic greens that are in there. Listen, This is my avocado seed in here. This is all avocado seeds, I think. No, mango seeds and avocado seeds is what's in here. And I'll be putting some of these down in some alcohol here in a minute. I done had them forever, but there's still a seed in there that I can open up and get out for some pain relief and mango seeds. All of this to make some butter or whatever else it is that I need for my skin. Garlic greens have more flavor than garlic most times. Exactly. Exactly. And they're healthier. Here we go. I'll be right back. You said it looks crazy up in here, but if we had to be stuck in our house, we'd be okay for a long time. You said who gonna be in need is not us. That part. And look, they already making it where we can. Oh, y'all remember at the end of 22 or 23 when, or 24, sometime in the summer, and I'm gonna say this again, when Airbnb put out that thing about if you get trapped in the Airbnb or if this is happening, and then right after that they did that thing where they was telling us what they could lock us down for. It could be financial, it could be civil unrest, it could be weather devastation, to different areas. Remember, it could be biochemical or whatever. Remember, they gave a list of all of those things. Y'all realize all of those things are present right now. You remember? Natural disasters, some type of pandemic, civil unrest, financial, like whatever, all of those things that they say that they could lock us down for are all right now. Remember, I told you they put the statement on the housing recertification application as well. That part. Come on. So they know. Was it at the same time or was it after that they put that on there? So they letting people know. Okay? But this is why we got tents. Even though they making it more and more illegal for people to be homeless. Y'all see that? They swooping the homeless and stuff up too. And folks called me a liar about that at the same time. Come on. You said my mom's sending me on her usual drive. She got pneumonia, but I'm happy to go. And we talking about this motivation. Listen, it's a real thing. You said, can you put that on there? You said, did they put that on there with the Section 8? I think it was. That's what she was saying. Housing. They doing it here in NC, picking up the homeless people. Now y'all see why I said we need to be back off in the woods, away from the street, making it illegal, clouded in trees. You said yes because you have Section 8. Listen, okay? Now do y'all understand why? Because we could have been in, like, bought just a flat. No, we need something with water. We need something that's far away, okay? And something that got animals on it. You hear me? Hello? We're not going to want to make a scene. We're not going to want to be found. It's crazy. Have y'all seen that they said people are being hunted? You said, sis, you taught me to read. I used to just sign. Just being honest, girl, a lot of people did. It's okay. God taught you. Listen, because he want us to know. Y'all see that? Do y'all remember us saying we going to be hunted? So get ready. This is why we're teaching the children to be quiet and all of this kind of stuff, and to learn to go into their foxholes and all of this. You hear me? Y'all don't see it, a need for that right now? People are being hunted. And they're being shot down. And in a minute, just like in all the olden days, baby, it's not going to be illegal to kill somebody that don't got the mark. They showing y'all right now because they're not citizens, so it's okay. What y'all think that's getting prepped for? Because we won't be global citizens. Huh? You said go buy sign language cards. My wife bought it for us to learn. We got some. Auntie Judy sent us some. We got books and everything. And dude, we got our sign language cards. Sorry about that, y'all. Again, I'm just grateful that God spoke to us and told us what to do. I know it's been difficult sometimes to stay on the path because life is still life in every day. But even if you don't have everything, I still feel in my heart that you are better prepared than a lot of people on this planet right now. You know, a lot of people don't believe, so they're not prepping. But look at what's going on. It's people, we got people in our community that are in 3 different places, 2 different countries, 3 or 4 different states that said the air quality ain't no good and God told us it wouldn't be. We got people where it's flooding and everything, and it's just like, I don't know. I kind of be mad at the pastors because it's like, it's a lot of people that are going to die because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And if they don't die, a lot of people are going to take the mark and say, well, God knows my heart. He knows that I need to feed my family. Can y'all see that? People saying that now. Well, God will understand. He wouldn't want me and my children to starve. God forgives, but he said he's not forgiving that. You said that's not a good way to think. You said, Auntie, I told my folks, they said it's not part of their reality. It's not. Ooh, that's a new one. I don't think I've ever heard that one. It's not a part of my reality. Wow. So it won't be a part of your reality either. Again, y'all used to think I was being mean. I said, listen, there are going to be people there who are going to do every single thing they want to do. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to spend their money. They're going to party. They're going to tell you how you lame and this, that, and the other, baby, until you're not. Until you're not. My mother says she's 85 and she's ready. Don't tell her anything else. Wow. I told you I was talking to my dad about this in the grocery store one time, and he was like, God gonna have to understand, shorty. I was like, nope. Wow. Why my son ran out of the garage last night and he told me he seen a video of a lady who ate her baby. I told him, the times are coming, son. Believe it. And you can take him to the scripture where it say the women gonna run up in the hills because they hungry and eat their babies. Listen, he said, oh yes, those words are gonna be on a lot of people's lips. Listen. You can live off potatoes. You can make potato soup, potato bread, potato pasta. Hello. You can live off corn cakes. Okay. Asian folks live off a little bit of vegetables, about 4, 5 noodles, and 3 little slivers of meat. Soup don't even gotta be well seasoned. The fresher, the better. Baby, listen. All right, y'all. I'm in book. I'm gonna do this real quick. We in book 1. I need y'all to go to page 377 real quick. If you have the New Testament Apocrypha, can you go to page 377? We're not gonna read all of this. I just want to share some of this with y'all. He said, I've been canning all types of soups. Come on. Come on. Listen. I don't care who don't believe, but that's how you know they don't believe the word of God, and they will preach to you all day, but they don't believe it. They don't. Because that's the spirit of unbelief. You don't believe that God is going to do what he said? And this has been foretold for over 2,000 years. As a matter of fact, he told them back early before the flood, I'm going to destroy the earth by water one time and fire one time. Hello. And it's going to be famine and fire and flood and chaos. What don't you believe? You said they really don't believe the word of God. They don't. And they get mad at you when you tell them they don't, but you can't, or else you will be preparing for it. Noah prepared. Joseph prepared. All of these people, they prepared. They prepared. When God said the only famine wasn't the one in Egypt, it was others. And even if he didn't tell them to stock up nothing, he told them, get ready to move because you ain't going to be able to stay here because I'm going to dry the water up. So you're going to have to move to another place so you can't get comfortable. So they was camping. Come on. Anyway, right here, I read this, and I feel like we read some of it. Well, actually, page 376 at the top. Can we do that? Starting at 6 right here, so just go to the other page real quick. Okay? I'm just going to read this to y'all. So it says, rather, they were living like wild sleepers and the stubborn in the desert of ignorance. In the desert of ignorance. They were destroying the thoughts that are right for the peaceful offspring of knowledge. They were destroying the thoughts that are right for the peaceful offspring, of knowledge. They were giving themselves entirely to every abomination. while at times they were corrupting one another. Sometimes they were killing each other, and sometimes they were eating humans. And by the wars of those great men who are mentioned among the Greeks and among everyone, they were also planning to build a tower from earth to heaven. In the madness of their thoughts, they were preparing to fight from their place with the one who is God over all. And they brought forth gods and goddesses in the entire world. Because they were carried away in this manner, in a flood of water and fire, he brought down divine retribution upon them like thickets of animals that were spread throughout the entire earth. In persistent famines, plagues, and wars, and in fire that he was sending down from the fire above, he was destroying them. He was smiting them with malignant diseases of the souls in bitter punishment of retribution. But when the evil was shed on nearly everyone, like a great drunkenness, it was also intoxicating the humans. So, who is he talking about? Cephas, Simon Cephas, who is known as Peter. Peter was talking about the giants? Because I didn't. What I'm reading is about Peter, about the Nephilim. And the Bible said the spirits that were present before the flood would be there after the flood. Don't that sound like everything that's happening right now? And see, I'm going to tell you something. It's crazy that you brought up, uh, it's crazy that you brought up eating babies. Because do y'all want to know what I watched yesterday while I was eating my food? When I tell you, y'all, I'm about to show you what I watched yesterday.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell Mint's offer of unlimited premium.
This is what I watched yesterday. You see what they say? Eating humans is normal here. Don't come here. It's a place called Rakai or Raki, Raki, AI in Africa, and it's a whole city of cannibals there. This is what I watched as soon as I got off here yesterday. So you gonna stay on my business? hmm It's by the Taboo Room with Aaron. It's about an hour long, 44 minutes. As soon as I got off here, that's what I watched before I tried to lay down and take my nap. You saw the title of that video? I seen a little snippet of it on TikTok yesterday, and I was like, Went right over there and watched it, and yeah, they ate a woman and her baby. The husband took off running, and like 9 people from this family girl. And the crazy thing is it was the official of the town. He was the like mayor of the town or whatever. He was the person over the town. Him and his family is the one that was eating people in real life, just in 2014. It's glitching. Interesting. Me and my cousin was just talking about famine and mothers eating their babies yesterday. I'm trying to tell you. I guess we is all on one accord and God is putting the same message over here. Wild. The title made me think about the things we learned, yeah, in real life. Mhm. Look at how people are complaining about how expensive food is, and they haven't stocked nothing. They ain't stocked nothing. No canned goods. I don't care if they, oh, I ain't eating that, baby. I ain't going and standing in no food line. Oh, okay, whatever. You don't have to. It's glitching bad now. Is it still glitching? Somebody go out and come back in and see if that's the issue. We can't talk about nothing over here, can we? You said all your who got drama, got famine and plagues. You said all your who on and off is settled now. Food, meds, supplies, all low stock. Mm. Your Asian friends, they have famine and plagues. Oh, your Asian drama has famine and plagues. Got it. You said I'm on YouTube. It's not glitching for me. Okay. All right then. So I just thought that y'all might want to see that this is right. It's the same. So look, it says, um, it says the effect was that the rational race arrived at the consummation of brutality, and they were defiled in every type of corruption. And for the horror appropriate to the one who lives internally, they judged the impure race of demons, and henceforth they passed from the limit of every decency. So nothing was off limits right before the flood. It's a couple. Okay. So we know who Simon Magus is, right? Right? We know who Simon Magus is. He was the magician that was running with the disciples, and he told them, hey, I'll give you all this money if you give me the Holy Ghost. Remember? And he got rebuked by them. We've read some of his stories in different places. We've read a little bit of his story here and there and everywhere. Right? Excuse me. Okay. Well, if you can turn to page 379, um, there's a little bit more in this book. And I said, oh, that's interesting. We read a little bit of it, but not all of it. Maybe some of y'all already went back and read it. But it was some interesting things in here that I read. And I was like, oh. So if you got page 379, it's I believe it says Simon Magus and Dositheus. I believe that's his name, Dositheus. So it says, as the tiding of life was spread by the 70 apostles in all the world, it was also magnified by their industrious disciples in all the inhabitable regions. So they went into all the world. They turned people away from the worship of Satan, and they yoked them in confession and in worship of one God, the creator of all. They were worshiping him in good ways and in godliness of mind. But the enemy of our nature was jealous, and he raised against the doctrine of the truth Simon, a Samaritan man who through the guile of demons seduced many of the dwellers of Palestine to his error. For this Simon was a Samaritan from the city of Githian, I believe Githnin. It's another. They be changing the names, y'all know that. The name of his father was Anton, and his mother was Rachel. He was a magician, and he instructed himself well in the discipline. I'm sorry. He instructed himself well in the discipline of the Greeks. He was exalted and puffed up and announced concerning himself that he was the power that is greater than the Creator. This one previously followed a certain man whose name was Dositheus. Others were following him who were called chiefs. There were 30 in number, with one woman who was called Selina, which translates as moon. She who previously stood in fornication in Caesarea or Caesarea, however you say it, of Phoenicia, went around with him at that time, for there were 30 licentious accomplices with him, so that they might be 30 like the course of the moon. This Simon went and in counterfeit love, write that down, counterfeit love, asked Dositheus that he might follow him. And Dositheus said to him, we do not add to this number until one of us, until after one should fail from us. And he remained with him, and when the number decreased, he brought in Simon. After a little while, Simon desired Selina, and he began to slander Dositheus, namely, he is not imparting the doctrine to you purely, and he is doing this not as if in jealousy, but because he is ignorant. So Simon saw somebody's wife, a man that he swore up and down he wanted to study under. He was trying to get on his council or whatever was going on. Soon as somebody died, because that's the only way, just like with our government, okay, until they die, certain seats, they just gonna keep on getting the seat. Once he got the seat, he had his eyes on somebody's wife. Now, mind you, demons are running through this man. We know that because he was able to fly and make the statue speak and all kinds of other stuff, right? Magic wasn't just enough for you. Now you want somebody's wife. And you started whispering in the wife of Dositheus, trying to get his wife to look at him crazy, telling her, I mean, he teach, but he don't really know. Because you want this man's wife for yourself. Interesting. So not only are you a magician, you an adulterer or a fornicator too. You lusting after this man's wife. Or the man that she had been with, should I say. Okay? So, which is crazy. It says, when once Dositheus perceived in Simon's backbiting that this one wanted to destroy the opinion of the many and to show that he was the one who would abide forever in rage, he entered their school, as was usual, found Simon and struck him. But Dositheus' hand seemed to pass through Simon like smoke when he struck him. Did you get that? How many movies have we saw that somebody went to strike somebody with a sword and they was a vapor, and then they was whole again, and then they was shaking around them, and then they was whole again? And it's normally the vampires or the magicians that are able to do that. Dositheus went to swing on him, and he said his hand went through him like vapor, like smoke. You know what it reminded me of? What is it, 1,000 years longing? 300 years longing, whatever it's called. How he could be a solid, a gas, change his form. Hello. The dude on X-Men. The the blue, right, ghost, and the boy, the devil looking thing. He can and be in different places. What you call it? The magicians too. Heroes. Hiro Nakamura was able to time travel and move in different spaces. Nightcrawler, that's his name. Nightcrawler. Ain't he able to do that? You gotta catch him. But he can, huh? And he had all the angel symbols on him. And it says that his dad is a fallen angel, right? In the comic book, his daddy is a fallen angel and he's blue, right? Ain't his daddy a fallen angel? That's why he be in the church. But he looked like a devil with the devil tail, but he got all the angel symbols and markings on it. So Simon Magus, or Magnus, depending on what you know him by, was able to do the same thing that Nightcrawler can do. And he was a magician. Do you think that people can still do that now? We seen a video on TikTok in Haiti. You said, "Well, I just put together," and I love those movies. Who remembers we seen the video on TikTok of the person in Haiti walking with the broom? Remember the movie Jumper too? Yep. Remember they had the broom outside them people's house, and they was like, and then went into the house, came out carrying the baby, walking backwards, and disappeared. Y'all remember? And they said it was AI. And then somebody came in and said, Haiti don't have no systems like that. We literally watched it in real time. And came out with them people, baby, not one door opened. So we know at least in 2024 somebody, or 2023 somebody was able to do it. You said maybe that's what those white twins in the Matrix. Interesting. I haven't really watched the Matrix all the way through. But if you say so. They can teleport like that? If the Bible says that there's nothing new under the sun, that means that everything that we read in these books, somewhere in the world, is still happening right now. Somebody still has the ability to do whatever it is. Is this why the military uses the witches? You said, yes, the Matrix is good. Is this why they use people with paranormal abilities? They showed us in Men in Black. That certain people get to be in the certain group because they have abilities that normal people don't have. And they use them to hunt the things that the average person doesn't even believe exist. They showed us in Hellboy. So the same devils that was allowing people to rearrange matter back when Peter and them was around, we still got some people around here that's able to do it right now. And this is why I was asking y'all earlier, do you believe that God can do anything? Because if the devil is still able to do stuff like this, how much more can God do? You said that's what I've never really watched, Hellboy. Oops. You might want to get on that because yeah, Stern and our president and is them is doing exactly what oh boy Hitler was doing in the movie. They opened a portal when Hitler was here. And now something that looked like Hitler is here and CERN is trying to open a portal. Interesting. Now, here we go. I'm just gonna read this to y'all and then we're gonna get on out of here. Uh It says, and Dositheus was amazed and said to him, if you are the one who stands forever, I will worship you. When Simon said, I am, he fell and worshipped him, and so also those 28 chiefs who were with him. And he commanded that they should obey him in all matters. When Dositheus died, Simon took Selena, and he was preached in every place, and he proclaimed, as he said, to everyone who cleaves to me, I will grant that they be gods and great ones. And as he was saying, now this is Simon that was trying to buy the Holy Ghost. This was his whole speech. I am the great and first power, and I am able to perform many signs. Now, you know what I'm wondering? Mm. Again, I glorify God who gave me this authority, and I commanded another demon to appear before me. There came 7 spirits bound together, hand and foot, fair form and graceful. When I, Solomon, saw them, I was amazed and asked them, who are you? And they replied, we are heavenly bodies, rulers of this world. The first said, I am deception. Do we think that deception is the spirit, the ruler of darkness, that was allowing him to do this? He was deceiving the people against God and telling them that he was God. So could the spirit, the one that we read about in Solomon that came in front of Solomon, who was a regular man, be the demon that was powering this man and allowing him to do what he was able to do? Seems plausible to me. Especially after reading what we read the other day about one of the fallen angels looking like an Ethiopian man. Whole time he was a fallen angel. The ones that created the giants. And he was just walking around like nothing was happening. He hopped into the woman, made her unalive her kids, and then when he hopped out, he looked like an Ethiopian man. Y'all remember that black guy in France moving the aluminum foil with the ball with his mind? They said it was a fishing line. He was in a coffee shop. I said, nah, that's real. I know. Listen, it was some other people doing it too in America. And they was saying it was the wind. It was another one. One guy was moving the water. Just like we just saw recently, that girl running on top of the water, like an ex-woman. And we know if they show it to us on TV, they didn't already seen it and they didn't already made it in the lab. They show us too many times in the cartoons and in the movies somebody running on water. So look, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get this in here real quick. So he said, "For if they wish to lay hold of me, I am able to not be seen." So they gave him, this demon gave him the power to be invisible. And when I wish to be seen, I'm seen. If it is that I should escape, I will bore through the mountain as if it's soft mud, and I will pass. If I should hurl myself from the high mountain, I will descend to the earth as if things are supporting me. David Blaine. I will free myself and will make those who bound me be bound. Ain't this all David Blaine stuff? Is his name David Blaine? He was there, then he wasn't there. He hovered above the Grand Canyon. He done been in things hanging above everybody where he's tied up and he can't get out, and then they come back or whatever and he's out. These are all things that David Blaine did, right? Is his name David Blaine? Ain't that his name? The magician man? This all stuff he done did on. You said, wow, yeah, I think that's his name, and it's all stuff he done did. He said, if I should be in prison, I'll open the door. He said, and I will give souls to statues of stone so that those who see them will think they are humans. What would we call that right now? Where does metal come from? Where do you get metals? He made the Statue of Liberty disappear. Are you serious? I don't even know that. I don't even know that. Interesting. They come from the earth. The Grand Canyon was Chris Angel. Oh, okay. Chris Angel. I knew it was one of them. Somebody. I don't know all their names. So Chris Angel did the Grand Canyon and David Blaine did the other stuff. Okay. I know they magicians and somebody was hovering over the Grand Canyon and something for however long, no strings, no nothing. Okay. They do come from the earth, but specifically, where do you get metals from? Excuse me. The magician episode on Supernatural, the old guy made a deal using real magic. I have to go back and watch the magicians. There might be some stuff I'm fast forward past all the crazy parts, but all the stuff we didn't learn now is probably gonna be crazy if I go back and watch it. Rocks. We get metal from rocks. Iron ore, so forth and so on. Right? We get metal from stone. Right? Steel and all of that stuff comes from stone, doesn't it? Rocks and stone. Okay. What is an android? Or a bot? Or a robot? What is it made out of? The robots that Elon Musk made. What are they made out of? The robot dolls. What they made out of? Metal. And I will give souls to statues of stone, so that those who see them will think that they are humans. Like Sophia? Like the butler bots he done made that have their own intelligence and have feelings? Is that not a stone statue or something made out of stone? Because metal comes from stone. And they have their own mind. You said, oh, okay, Auntie Selena, thanks for letting me know. I forgot his name. Huh? Would that not be this right here? And I will give souls to statues of stone, so that those who see them will think that they are humans. Ain't they putting human skin on them? What they call them? Or am I tripping? Robots can drive. They can cook, babysit, cut the grass. Think for themselves. Is that not the same thing? I saw a video where China is using robots to police the streets. Oh, okay. Here we go. So the same things that was happening in Peter them days is happening right now. You said they even have one I seen that can turn people in nursing homes. I seen it. They work at Amazon. They cooking food in the what's the names? In the restaurants. They're waiting tables. There's no soul in there. How are they talking to you? How can they remember what you said and then pick up and learn as they go? And there's no soul in there. Well, what's in there? They can do everything a human can do. Most have more intelligence. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I just want y'all to see. It says, I will make young sprouts spring up. Miracle Grow. The growing stations where they say, we've cut the growing time. We can take it from here to here. Even with the chickens, with the growth hormones and the growth this and that, the harvesting season is shorter. Seed to harvest is shorter. Even though God set up a specific time that it is supposed to grow and germinate. Is this why all our fruit bad? Because they rushing it and putting Miracle Grow on it, Magic Grow. So it's making our fruit and veg, come on, GMO, making them defective. So back then, they were able to do the same thing. They just used magic to do it. How do we know it's not magic now? Oh, is it magic? Because it's chemistry, and chemistry is magic. Okay. I will instantly produce trees from the earth. times have we seen Jack and the Beanstalk that a magic bean or something was sowed and instantly a tree grew up right before their face? There was someone alive when Peter and Paul and them was running around here that could do this. He said telling God that's not good enough or fast enough or long enough, etc. Come on. You said they are also milking cows 4 times a day. They have medical stuff in food for them to produce more. Wow. Come on. Come on. Ain't this crazy? So none of this technology is new. They're not making advancements. It's going right back to exactly how it was when Jesus got crucified and before the flood. And the world ain't been destroyed since then. iRobot at its best. Come on. Okay, look. And if I should throw myself into a fire, I will not burn. What technology do we have for that? Matter of fact, fire walking is a thing. And there are people that walk slowly across those coals, and for whatever reason, their feet don't burn, but they always do some type of enchantment right before they walk across them. They say some type of prayer. They're making fire-safe clothes for us right now. They make fire-safe blankets for babies. You said, I used to do that in Mexico. You used to fire walk? Did you? Did you get burned? Did you run fast? Or did you walk slow, girl? Look it. When I tell you God be coming in our classes. You got burned? Ain't that crazy? We know somebody that knows somebody that did it. You said I got questions too, girl. Look at us. We didn't leaned in nosy family members. Tell us, girl. You see, I done sat all the way up in my chair. Now, what happened was, tell me. I'm listening. What? We just as nosy as we want to be, baby. We are family for. Wait a minute. Wait. What you said? She said she was firewalk. Come over here. Tell us. We listening. I know. They used to do it in Arizona out in the desert. You said when a child becomes a certain age, like 7 years old, you got to go through a purification. And you can make yourself knowing that you are becoming mature. Interesting. You said set up on the pillow, put behind my back. I'm trying. Okay, so it's a ritual, a rite of purification through the fire. Interesting. Now, I'm not knocking your culture, but remember, we read in the Bible that certain people had their children passing through the fire to purify them for the gods. And we actually, not saying that y'all was doing it to the gods, but you said in the cleansing ritual from childhood to young adult. Interesting. Yep, even Asians do that when they get married. Interesting. Yes, thank you for letting every single person that has come to this community come, because every time we read something or do something or just think about stuff, you be having somebody right. Right, I'm so grateful. Thank you. You said yes because in the Mexican culture we marry young, and before you get married you have to do it. Interesting. Did y'all know? Because I didn't. I knew about a quinceañera. I didn't know about no firewalking. Well, I did, but I didn't know that y'all had to do it before y'all got married. Because it's some Indian folks or native folks, they do it in Arizona too. They do firewalking. You said nope, nope, nope. Look at us learning something today. I know they do it in Africa too, and in some places in like Peru and stuff. I've seen it there. They have practices where they do it, but it's to certain gods normally. Look at us knowing somebody that went, girl. I'll be right back. See, and you don't want to know nobody in our community. We got people that do everything over here. You said twin got some splaining to do. Listen, Isabel said she didn't know. That's Diana. I tell you, God be answering for us, and I'll be like, "Are you sure this is what you want me to read?" Yeah. Turn the oven on so I can get ready to warm my food up, and I get off here with y'all. I'm gonna eat. You said, woo, honey. You said Queen Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican and Mexican cultures are two separate cultures but similar. You said I was thinking the same thing. So look, hey, Andre. So look now, hold on, cause I'm about to bust your head at the end of this. All right, come on. All right. He said, I shall transform myself, and I will be seen with two faces by humans. What they keep saying about the people in leadership right now? That they faces that we see, ain't they what? What they tell us? That ain't their real face. They got another face under there, a snake face. We don't never know if it's the president or not for real. We don't even really know if it's been Netanyahu or not. We don't know if it's their true form. We don't know if it's a stand-in or what. Which would mean you got two faces. We don't know if it's a mask or not. But how many times have we seen in movies where a person can do like this and their face is different, and then they chant something and they do it back and their face is different? Matter of fact, in Game of Thrones, the Red Witch, how many faces did she have? She had two. She had the face that everybody saw, which was a beautiful young woman that was sexy and all of this. And when she took that necklace off, her face was not that face. And she did magic. Did she not? Blood magic at that. If you watched The Witches of Salem, that one young lady, when she quit getting that blood, she was crusty and dried up. Matter of fact, what's going on with the stars right now? How many faces they didn't have? They don't even look the same. You can go back and look at pictures of K. Michelle and different people, Ellen, all of them. You said in The Craft too? And in Evil. Come on. Grimm. Britney Spears did an interview. They said King C was a rep. You said when they went on a date, she seen it in his eyes. Interesting. Was done. You said was done in the movie The Craft too. I'm gonna have to watch it. The before and after pictures are two different pictures. Oh, okay. All right. So then he says, I will give a beard to a baby, and I will make someone to be the king, and I will amaze all. I will affect that I will affect that I will be worshipped and honored by everyone, so that they will set up my image and will serve and worship me as God. In brief, everything that I wish to do, I will be able to do. That sounds like Jay-Z. Behold, great things are done by me. Now, this is Simon Magus, the guy that was trying to buy the Holy Ghost. For once, when Rachel, my mother, commanded me to go to the harvest, I commanded the sickle that was placed flat to go. And it is not and not as I, hold up. And it is not as is said that I am the son of Anton. He said, everybody keeps saying I'm the son of Anton. I'm not. Huh? And it is not as is said that I am the son of Anton. Before my mother Rachel had intercourse with him, while she was a virgin, she conceived me, because I am able to become great and small as I wish. Did this make you think about the demons that be having sex with women and procreating children with them? The ghost pregnancies? It never said that the angels could not reproduce with women again. And in witchcraft, they believe that some women are pregnant with monsters. In the Bible, it said in the last days that women would give birth to monsters. Where they incubating them half human, half animal people at? You said you was just finna say it. Okay. For I did not receive a beginning, so that at some time I should start to be. But in the womb of Rachel I was begotten as a human, in order that I might be seen by humans. Do we think that Simon Magus might not have even been fully human? The Bible said the enmity would be between the devil's seed, girl, and our seed. Listen, and it didn't say that that stopped when the flood happened. It didn't say, okay, no more giants was made, because it was giants on earth after. And there was monsters on, they still here. Why would demons want to have sex with women if they didn't produce something? Why would demons want to have sex with men if it didn't produce something? Why is a woman swelling her belly swelling up like she's pregnant? They can hear heartbeats and everything, and then all of a sudden there's no baby. Make that make sense. Or is there one and it's just one we can't see? If anything is possible, and if God, the Spirit, can hover over Mary, and we know that Lucifer is a copycat. The old folks used to talk about ghost pregnancies and being pregnant by a demon back in the day. The people that knew the woo lady and the root lady. I mean, don't they show us in the movies that women be pregnant with demons? Half human, half demon baby? What's even scarier is that they always talking about, look at this now. Okay, we just gonna do a little experiment. How many of you have been attacked by a succubus or incubus? You know they come in the middle of the night. And you wake up and certain things are happening to your body and they shouldn't be because you in there by yourself. I'm gonna say me. It's happened to me. And it started happening when I was a kid. Okay. 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 Remember, it talked about some of these beings only needed 3 to 4 months gestation. Okay. Did y'all go watch the Mayfair Witches? Remember, she was only pregnant for like 3 months. And she gave birth to that demon baby. He came through her and just redid. It's supposed to be like Jesus, but remember the demon down in Louisiana. Remember? He needed to be born through her. So in the spirit realm, he had sex with her, but she got pregnant in real life, and then she only carried that baby for about 3 months. Yes, remember? But she thought she was sleeping with another man, remember? He took on the face of the guy she liked, did he not? Didn't he take on the face of the guy she liked or whatever, and she thought it was him, and the whole time it was the demon in his face? That dude was somewhere knocked out drunk or something, remember? You said, and that's precisely what they be doing. Okay. Okay. So look. When is the highest risk of a woman for miscarriage? Like what time? What's the months? Didn't that happen in one of the movies we watched in class? The girl gave birth to a creature in the field. I believe so. I think that was on Evil. Happens in the movie Hercules. Interesting. The first 3 months. He said everybody keeps forgetting what the Red Witch did. The same thing. She had sex with the guy and she birthed the spirit. Forgot about that. The first trimester, the first 3 or 4 months. What if some of the pregnancies that are in that first 3 months, the mama don't say that she's been having fantasy lust and that there are some things that are going on spiritually in her body? What if some of those miscarriages are not actual miscarriages at all? Or when the woman go and they say she pregnant and then they go back and there's no baby after 3 or 4 months, but they saw it, like her body gave off the pregnancy hormone, she was sick, throwing up, gaining weight, breast filling up. What if, y'all? We know the spirits were born through earthly mothers. Most of the demons now that are not fallen angels are the children of ghost pregnancy. Why would it be called that? The house of David, when they gave birth to the giant, I think it was Goliath. Okay. So is this far-fetched? Think about the people that's talking about they chose to come here and that they're gods. That they chose their mama and their daddy. If demons want to recreate the birth of Jesus, I mean, think about it, y'all. The medical mysteries, the scientific mysteries that they talk about. What about even the stone pregnancies? Where the babies turn to stone in the mama's stomach. But they'll tell us that these stone sculptures were not real people, but there are people that literally give birth to babies of stone right now. Ain't it a cryptic pregnancy? Where the baby turned to stone in the mama womb? And they say it's calcification? Or am I tripping? Y'all still here? Ain't that what it's... Yeah. It's called a cryptic pregnancy when the baby, something happens to the baby and the baby literally turns. I had a dream like this. A giant was making someone give birth early with blue energy, and there was another giant Roman stone. You said, and there was another giant Roman stone statue laying there as if it fell. Interesting. If I'm not mistaken, you said, yes, I'm here, but my mind is going. Think about it. If the demons are attacking our seed and they are against our seed, that means they have to be against the seed bearers, the people that bear the seeds, our wombs. Happened to my oldest twice, and her tubes are tied. What miscarriages or stone pregnancy? Because if the baby can turn to stone in the womb, you don't think that human flesh could be turned to stone? And we know from Lot's wife. And it make you look at all these statues differently when they say they be bleeding and where the arm, then they can see the bone and the ligaments and the tendons and all of that in there. Because if it can turn to stone in the mother's uterus, why can't it turn to stone outside? You said Medusa was turning folks to stone. She was. I read something else in here too, but I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna go eat, and we can come back and read some more of this later because there's some juicy stuff in here, a whole bunch. But this Simon Magus, he's a trip. And you know what's funny? I think that was Nicolas Cage's name in that magician movie we watched with the kid for the kids. Wasn't his name Simon Magus? No, his name was what was his name? It wasn't Simon Magus, but I think Simon Magus was in one of the wizards that was that his name, Simon Magus? So he was in the one that, okay. So then maybe I can't think of what the name is called, but now that we're reading about him, it's going to be interesting to go back and watch and see what all he was doing in that movie. Because they had to get it from somewhere. You said, yes, I'm going to, you said, I'm going to teach the kids and reach the kids and ask them to buy one book. I have enough of them because I need these books. Uh-oh. You hear me? Go away. Crazy. Very crazy. Is y'all thinking? Huh? Because if nothing is impossible with God, and God gave the devil a whole bunch of power, what all is possible? If they could make stone talk, back when so-called they didn't have technology, back when stone when they supposedly didn't have, because we're making stone walk right now and talk and cook food, and if there's nothing new under the sun, the rocks will cry out. Come on. So I'm about to go eat my food. I'm probably gonna take a nap because I've been up since early, and then hopefully I can get back on here tonight because I want to finish going over this because some other stuff I want to show y'all. Some of y'all gonna read it, some of y'all ain't, but I want to. My mom was going crazy at 3 o'clock this morning, though. I want y'all to know that. I was like, wait a minute. We watched a movie where the demon had sex with the lady and then he was born through her. We watched this in TV, and this is exactly what Simon Magus was saying. And that dude was teaching. He the one that came to the lady when she was like, help me, and they was about to burn her at the stake. She was supposed to be a witch, and he really did give her magic powers. And she was able to be seen if she wanted to be seen. She was able to fly. She was able to do all of that. Remember? You said, you just like a man, leave us when it's getting good. Girl, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. You gotta think. I listen. I've been practicing my one time a day eating, and it's about that time. Yep, I'm hungry. I want to go eat. I got some chicken and some red beans and rice and some cabbage I'm about to heat up. And then I already know after I eat, I'm going to be sleepy. I already know I'm going to take me a little nap. And one of y'all nieces and nephews probably going to call me while I'm trying to eat and take a nap. So. But I'm going to try to get back on here and just eat. But this give y'all something to go look up at. Go look up the different types of pregnancies. I mean, it even makes my baby had to take the Rogam shot because I don't know her blood type, but it's something negative or something, right? You said somebody send her some food that's ready so she can stay. You said I was studying the rewatch when you came on, so I'm gonna go back to the rewatch from yesterday. Okay. Listen, you said you ain't even lied about that. That was good. Listen, I just let me eat. If I don't get sleepy, I'll come back. But I gotta go eat something. We've been on here 188 minutes. And I was hungry when I got on here. Y'all heard my stomach. I'm about to go eat. I done turned the oven on so I can warm my chicken up and warm my red beans and rice up and warm my cabbage up. My little biscuit. So I'm about to go eat. But if I don't get sleepy, I'll come back. But y'all got some stuff to go look up now. He did play in Dante's Inferno. Who did play in Dante's Inferno? Take your time. We'll be here, not going nowhere. Listen, because this is the thing. Just even if you just go look up how many movies have been made about Simon Magus or Simon Magnus, because he has a couple different names. I bet you it's a lot more than we know. You hear me? And then go look up the different. Thank you. Go look up the different type of pregnancies and all of that. Like when I say I believe this goes so much deeper than what we think. When the Bible says that women at the end times, women was gonna be giving birth to monsters, and all of this. Think about all the women that are coming up missing, and they're saying I was in a lab, and they were using me to incubate aliens. They were using me to incubate half human. People have come out and said this that have gone missing and came back crazy. You mean like, what is it, MK Ultra crazy? You mean like X-Men don't remember nothing? Like Jason Bourne MK Ultra? Never in the history of me being 61 years old have I ever ran into a class or a study or a book, but I do it now. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on, Auntie. You said heading back to watch the rewatch once this ends. I just finished the rewatch from yesterday. Come on. You said get your nourishment, Dean. We need you refreshed and full. Okay, I'm about to go. I'm going to go eat because there's some more here I want to share with y'all. And I know it seemed like it's been taking a long time, but just going through it with a fine-tooth comb, looking at stuff and really thinking about it like, whoa, oh. I just saw that a couple months ago on a video, I believe. Really quickly, before y'all go. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but a lot of the stuff that Simon said in here is stuff that the Antichrist is going to do right now. When he comes to power. Remember, it said he gonna make himself an old man, and then he gonna be a young child, but you will know that he the same person because he ain't gonna be able to change the white spot in his hair. He's gonna lift himself up. He's gonna make plants grow quickly. Think about it. You pick that up, Auntie? Everything that Simon made, and mind you, it said there's been many antichrists that have come into the world. You don't think that it's perfect timing that he came in after Jesus had been crucified and said, I am the Christ, I am the Savior, I am God. And he was able to do all of these things. You said Benjamin Button. Oh, for the old, and then he turned young. Robin Williams in Nanu Nanu. I'm Orc from Orc. They was playing in our face then because orcs are a race of alien, human and alien. Interesting. Ooh. Y'all, there's so many books in here. I don't even know. I don't know who sent this. But why I guess I done seen it for the second time. Calling on Dragons. Don't that look like Donkey? That look like Donkey and the Shrek thing. I don't know who sent this to me. Thank you. It's a kid book, but y'all know they be telling the kids the truth. They be telling the kids the truth. That's why we need to be looking in the kids' books, because they be telling the kids the truth. I hope I didn't break. There we go. Where'd you fall at, Feather? Under my feet. All right, y'all, I'm about to go. You said, such a sad and exciting time that we are living in, that part. You said, wow, end with the simple things. You said God gives us the glowing clues for when we need to spot the deep fakes. Come on. You said, yes, I do. And I heard it's a new Shrek coming out. Interesting. Interesting. So, I love y'all. Look. This how I be feeling when we open books. Thank you, Isabel, ain't it? This how I be feeling when you open books now. It ain't just white like that. Every single time. The glowing words on the page. This how we feel every time we open a book and the words just be popping up off the page and glowing. You say and do it. You say enjoy eating. I am. Thank you. This is a perfect example of how it feel every time we open a book. You said multiple light bulbs over my head. I'm trying to tell you, it's good. I love y'all. I see y'all in a little bit. That's exactly how I feel. I feel just like that. It happened to you today. The light came on. You said, then I hear the Reading Rainbow theme song, Butterfly in the Sky. Y'all know that used to be my favorite show. You said, love you, talk to you more.